Hello everyone, welcome to Shantha Lakshmi IAS. Now in this video, we will discuss about the Pasmanda Muslims who were in news recently. So why this particular community, that is Pasmanda Muslims, were in news? Because recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked the National Executive of BJP to reach out to deprived and downtrodden sections in communities other than the Hindus. That's why these Pasmanda Muslims were in news. Now, who are these Pasmanda Muslims? These are depressed classes among the Muslims who have been deliberately or consciously excluded. And this Pasmanda is a Persian word which means once left behind. So these Pasmanda Muslims are depressed classes among the Muslims. And this Pasmanda has become an umbrella identity used by backward, Dalit and tribal Muslims to push back against caste-based discrimination within the community. Then, are Muslims divided among the caste lines? Yes, into three groups, that is Ashrafs, those are elites or honorable ones, and the Ajlafs, these are backward Muslims, and Arzals, these are Dalit Muslims. These are divided into three communities, Ashrafs, Ajlafs and Arzals. And Ashrafs claim to be either descendants of Muslims from Arabia, Persia, Turkey, Afghanistan, that is Sayyars, Sheikhs, Mughals and Pathans, or upper caste Hindu converts, that is Rajputs, Gaur, Tyagi Muslims. So these are Ashrafs. And Ajlafs are middle caste converts who were into ritually clean occupations like weavers, that is Julahas or Momins, and tailors, that is Darzi or Idiris, and Raims or Kunjaras, that is vegetable sellers. And the third one is Arzals, who were the lowest untouchable castes like Halal Kors, Heilals, Lal Begis or Bangis, that is scavengers, or Dobis, washermen, Nais or Hajams, that is barbers, and Chiks, butchers, and Fakirs, that is beggars. And these Arzals were first recorded in the 1901 census. So these three communities, that is Ashrafs, these claim to be elites and the descendants of Arabia, Persia, Turkey, Afghanistan or upper caste Hindu converts, and Ajlafs, these are middle caste converts and belong to clean occupations like weavers, vegetable sellers, etc. And Arzals were the lowest community like Halal Kors, Helas, Dobis, etc. And Islam does not mandate the creation of these groups. Islam does not mandate the creation of these groups, but these categories are a lived reality for Muslims across the country. And according to Rajinder Sachar Committee, which was formed in 2005 to study the socio-economic and educational condition of Indian Muslims, said that Ashrafs are without any social disabilities. Ashrafs belong to those communities that do not have any social disabilities. And those equivalent to Hindu OBCs are Ajlafs. And those equivalent to Hindu SCs are referred to as Arzals. And those who are referred to as Muslim OBCs combine 2 and 3, that is Ajlafs and Arzaf are referred to as Muslim OBCs. And this particular categorization was given by Rajinder Sachar Committee. And this particular committee is to study the socio-economic and educational condition of Indian Muslims. Then moving forward, and one more commission is there, that is Justice Ranganath Mishra Commission, which is a commission for National Commission for Religious and Linguistic Minorities. It submitted its report in May 2007, noted that the caste system impacted all religious communities in India, including Muslims also. So, there is caste in every religious communities in India. This was said by the Justice Ranganath Mishra Commission, who was appointed for religious and linguistic minorities. Then moving forward. And what percentage of these Indian Muslims are Pasmandas? In India, there is no caste census, right? So due to the absence of caste census, there is no specific numbers are available, no specific numbers. But this Rajendra Sachar committee told that OBC Muslims and SC/ST are at 40% of the population. But Pasmanda activists and scholars say that they make up to 80 to 85% of India's Muslim populations. And this particular percentage tally with the 1871 census, which said only 19% of Muslims in India were upper caste. Then, what do these Pasmanda Muslims want? And what are these demands? See, the Pasmandas are underrepresented in jobs, legislatures, and government-run minority institutions, as well as community-run Muslims organizations. These Pasmandas are underrepresented in community-run Muslim organizations also. So these Pasmandas oppose the demand for religious-based reservation for all Muslims. They argue that this religious-based reservation ignores the unequal access to state resources within the community. And the major demands of these Pasmanda communities were conducting a caste census, restructuring of existing reservation categories, and state support for artisans, craftspersons, and agricultural laborers who are among the most impoverished among the Muslims. So what are the demands of these Pasmanda Muslims? To conduct caste census, restructuring of existing reservation categories, and state support for these communities. And Pasmanda leaders say that including Dalit Muslims in the SC/ST category will extend the protection offered by the SC/ST, that is Prevention of Atrocities Act against the religious targeting. These leaders argued that include these Dalit Muslims in the SC/ST category so that the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act will also protect the Dalit Muslims against the religious targeting. And these Pasmandas Muslims focus on caste and socio-economic backwardness rather than their religious identity. They are demanding for their socio-economic conditions development or improvement rather than the religious identity. So these are the demands of these Pasmanda Muslims. And there was a Pasmanda movement. And what is the history of this movement? Let us see that now. This Pasmanda movement began in pre-independence era only. By most importantly, two Julaha, that is weaver leaders. Those were Abdul Qayyum Ansari and Maulana Ali Hussain Asim Bihari. These were the two leaders who started this Pasmanda movement in the pre-independence era itself. But the use of the Pasmanda and the movement to ensure social justice for them gathered pace in the post-Mandal years, that is after 1979. That is, Mandal Commission was established in 1979 for social and educationally backward classes, right? After the Mandal Commission years, this movement gained pace. And these two particular leaders opposed the communal politics of the Muslim League and challenged the League's claim to represent all Muslims. And their contemporaries were the Maulana Atikar Rahman Arvi, belongs to the Mansuri community, and Mian Abdul Malik Tanapuri, belongs to the Rayin community. These were also the two important leaders belonging to the Pasmanda community. And the early leaders of the Pasmanda movement were leading an anti-colonial, anti-Ashraf, and anti-Muslim League fight. Right? This is all about the history. Who were the leaders belong to this Pasmanda movement? Abdul Qayyum Ansari and Maulana Ali Hussain Asim Bihari and Maulana Atikur Rahman and Mian Abdul Malik Tanapuri. And they were anti-colonial, anti-Ashraf and anti-Muslim League. What all we discussed right now? For Pasmanda Muslims, these are depressed classes, right? Classes among the Muslims. And 3 categories, that is Ashrafs, Azlaf and Arzals. Ashrafs are the elite, Azlafs are the backward or middle class converts that belongs to ritual occupations, and Arzals are the Dalit Muslims that belongs to untouchable categories like scavengers, barbers, etc. And Islam do not mandate any creation of such groups. And this Rajinder Sachar committee belongs to study the social, economic and educational condition of Indian Muslims. And Justice Ranganath Mishra Commission is to study the religious and linguistic minorities conditions in India. And what is the percentage? Sachar committee told that they belong to 40%, but the Pasmanda activists claim that they make up to 80 to 85% of the Indian Muslims, which tallies with the 1871 census. And what are the demands of these Muslims? Caste census, restructuring of existing reservation categories and state support for these categories. And they are fighting for their socio-economic conditions rather than their religious identity. And what is the history? Started in the pre-independence era only. Important leaders were Abdul Qayyum Ansari and Maulana Ali Hussain Asim Bihari and Maulana Atikur Rahman Arvi and Mian Abdul Malik Tanapuri. They were anti-colonial, anti-Ashraf and anti-Muslim League. With this, we'll end the session here. If you like, please like and share. Thank you.